What's up, you fucking weirdos? What's up, you fucking weirdos? Welcome to where the weird ones are.
Yeah. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghost in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we digging the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Welcome to the pod, no cap, it's a seance. Whispers in the static, spirits doing dance. Reptiles in suits, yeah, running the lands. MK Ultra made a puppet of your mans. Wendigo hunger, dogman strut, flat woods, eyes glow. Slice through the cut, Bigfoot tagging trees. Marking the trail, weird ones ride, no room for the frail. Talking about trauma, talking that soul. Peeling back layers, we digging a hole. Sacred geometry, numbers align. Ancestors speak through the veil and the sign. Ayahuasca dreams, third eye lit. Shadow self lurking, we making it spit. No mainstream lies. This the dirt where the weird ones rise from the blood and the hurt. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghosts in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we digging the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Voices in the woods got chills on the neck. Black-eyed kids at the door, now we check. CIA tapped in, fluoride drip. Project Bluebeam, watch that script. Talking about grief, talking about fear. Talking about why them voices appear. Healing the mind while breaking the chain. Spiritual warfare deep in the brain. We don't run from the strange, we live in the strange. Tattoo the truth in the scars and the pain. Stay weird, the mantra we own in the name. Reality bent, so we bend to the same. From the attic to the swamp, we tracking the freak. Where the veil get thin and the silence speak. We ain't your norm, we off that grid. Weird as the wave, yo, this where we live.
Would you like to hear a story?
Hello, we are Rachel and Heather, the hosts of Like Mother Like Murder podcast.
And you're listening to Kevin on Where the Weird Ones Are.
Oh.
What's up, you fucking weirdos? Welcome to another episode of Where the Weird Ones Are. My name is Kevin, but you probably already knew that, and if you didn't, now you do. Today's episode is with Alex Serfass. She is a filmmaker out of the Pennsylvania area. She's a producer, writer, camera woman, working on her. She has a script and she wants to make her own movie. She also works on Astral Paranormal, which you guys all know, or at least should by at this point. My good friend Emily Leto, the fine art medium, is a part of Astral Paranormal as well. But Alex also has a production company called Moody Mercury. You can find all of her stuff on Instagram. And anyways, everything's going to be in the show notes regardless. But I think she's an amazing person, very sweet, very intelligent, and I'm excited to check out her work. The Astral Paranormal stuff is on YouTube. So yeah, go check that shit out. But yes, I'm very grateful that she took the time to chat with me for an episode. I originally reached out to her to share my Kickstarter for my movie because I noticed that she was also into filmmaking, and it kind of just like snowballed from there, just because we have a mutual friend, which is, like I said, Emily Leto. And Emily's a fantastic person. I love her to death. She's like a sister to me at this point. um, but anywho, I think this episode is amazing. I really enjoyed talking with Alex, and I think you guys are going to enjoy some of the things that she has to say. We do focus on like the struggles of women in filming, especially independent films. Um, you know, when they're working on a project, a male-driven project or whatever. I'm not saying things happen all the time, but you never know. I thought it was something interesting to give her perspective on. Anyway, um, But yeah, so if you are out there and you are currently or ever feel any kind of mental distress, please, here in the United States, call or text 988, and they are equipped to help you with any mental distress needs. And they can also help you and give you resources if you're just somebody trying to help somebody else. I think it's a very important tool to utilize, and I would like for you to stay another day because I'm fucking stoked that you exist. I'm happy that you are here. I'm happy you're listening to this. And if you're not listening to this, then you're not listening to this. And I can't control that. So, it would be great to get some interaction from people listening. What you think about maybe the Friday Night Fright stories, what you think about the episodes, that would be fantastic. Or you could just sit there like a ghost and keep listening. I see all the numbers now because I've never been a numbers guy. I never really paid attention until like a couple weeks ago when I started the Friday Night Frights thing. I think that's what it was because I wanted to see if the Friday Night Fright stories were being listened to. I'm like, am I just throwing this out to the wind or, I'm considering doing Friday Night Frights every other week though, because sometimes I'm not done with the story until Friday. So it takes sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the story to develop, which just stresses me out a little bit. But who knows? We'll see. If it gets to be too much, that's probably what I'll do. Move to every other week. Um, or or you guys could submit stories as well if you wanted, and either I or one of my friends will gladly read it. But this week's Friday Night Frights, just as a warning, it is very gory and is graphically gory. Like it is described pretty well. And my friend Aaron from the Odd One Out podcast is going to be reading that to you. So I hope you enjoy it if you listen to it. If not, I hope you enjoy this episode. I had so much fun. Secrets of Densmore. We're still working on that, still trying to get that funded. So if you're interested in helping out, that'd be fucking phenomenal. You could go to wheretheweirdonесarepodcast.com. It's right there on the homepage. You can click on the link and you can donate and be a part of the project. That way. So what else do I have to say? I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. I just hope you guys are having a fantastic week. And I wish nothing but the best for everybody. And if you're interested in being on the show, hit me up where the weird ones are at gmail.com. All right, let's get into this episode with Alex. Where the weird ones go production. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where the Weird Ones Are. I'm here with a special guest. Her name is Alex. I like to say sassafras, but that is not how you say it. It just kind of looks like it fairly close. It's
It sure does.
Serfass, or you can
Yep,
say
I get that a
surface.
lot. It's surface, but it's you can see the
Yep,
spelling.
right down
It's
there in the
unfortunate.
corner.
Ass is right in the name.
Mm-hmm. 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 So if you don't mind, Alex, letting the good people know, I know that you're a producer and filmmaker, and we connected. So the way that I met Alex is because I started doing my own, started setting up for my own movie, as you guys should obviously already know because I've talked about it a million times here on the show, is that I'm trying to start to transition into being a filmmaker, and horror is like my all-time favorite. I love horror. And that's what I really want to do, and that's what I'm working on for my first film. Anyways, I ended up coming across Alex's stuff, and I ended up following her. And then I
Mhm.
was just randomly asked her if she could share my Kickstarter because I know because she's a filmmaker, and I thought that sharing it with her audience would get me some traction as well. And come to find out, she is best friends with our good friend Emily Leto, the fine art medium, the lady who's done a bunch of my logos and a bunch of my designs. Um,
Yep.
she's really good friends with her, so I was like, I gotta ask her to be on the show. So here we are with Alex Serfass, and producer, filmmaker, and I'm excited to talk to her. And yeah, so if you don't mind letting the good people know a little bit about you and what you do.
So thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And it was really just, kismet that we ended up meeting and hitting it off and talking about film stuff. And I'm so excited that you got this Kickstarter going and that you're going to be making and creating because filmmaking is a big passion of mine. I started filmmaking almost 2 years ago on the set of Amityville Barbie. And that's pretty much where I met everybody. Um, from there, I ended up getting asked if I could put together a paranormal show. And it was like, I was like coming off of my very first set ever. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
there's no way. I'll try, I'll network, I'll see what'll happen, but I can make you no promises. And then, lo and behold, the very next set I would go on to would be the set that I met Emily on. And I would shoot her the idea, not having any idea who she was or what she did or anything.
Uh-huh.
And she was immediately yes. So we started Astral Paranormal together,
That's
and
awesome.
that's our paranormal investigation show, and that's what we're producing.
Nice. Is this like an episodic thing or?
Yes. So yeah, so we spent 8 months filming and investigating the Everett Theater, and the primary goal of those investigations were to create evidence to show for a fundraiser for the theater,
Mhm.
which we completed, and that was in October of last year. But with the remainder of the footage, we plan to make 6 episodes that we'll put on the YouTube channel.
That's awesome. Good for
Yeah,
you.
it was a
Good job.
lot of fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out. Um, so what, so 2 years ago, what was that nudge that you were like, I'm gonna go for this and start, working on sets.
It was so weird. So, a few weeks before Barbie, I go on a camping trip with my girlfriends, and this is completely unrelated, but we're just kind of throwing out ideas and talking about dreams and aspirations and stuff like that. And I just kind of shoot out there, like, I would love to be a production assistant on a movie and see what that's like. And I've always been drawn to visual storytelling. So it's just something that was always brewing in the back of my mind. And then, a few weeks later, the Deadsville team would post an ad, no experience required, production assistance needed. And I applied. I ended up getting it. And that's how I got into filmmaking. So weird.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool though. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool though. I'll be honest, I've always wanted to do something with films, whether it was writing or anything really. I love to write and I love to tell stories. So, um, I wrote 2 books of my own and I published them on my own. And then I was like, I don't know what the hell like really sparked it. So I can't really say for sure, but I know I just like randomly had this idea for a script and it was like it's horror kind of, but it's more of a thriller, like a mystery thriller, but there's like some horror
Ooh.
aspects to it. Um and It takes place in it's a period piece. It takes place in the mid 1800s, and it's the main character is indigenous, and I don't know. I was felt inspired to tell this story, and
That's very cool.
I wrote the script and I sent it to 3 competitions, which 2 of them, the deadline was for March 31st. So, I'm assuming that if the script is gonna go anywhere, I'm gonna hear something within the next week or 2, possibly. Yeah,
That's
maybe.
exciting.
Yeah, so, like, I was in the middle of rewriting it at the time. Um, yeah, because I was editing it before I sent it out to the competitions, and I was like, I could probably make a movie on my own realistically. I was like, I wanted to do, and because I talked to a friend of mine and he wanted to do a found footage horror film. And I was like, you know what? I want to do a found footage horror film. And it took me about 2 months before I had this epiphany when I was literally sitting down rewriting this script. And I was like, I was like, I'll do a found footage film. And my friend Connie just moved to New England, so I had the idea, I pitched her the idea, and I was like, "Will you act? Will you be my main lady?" And she's like, "Yes, I'm there." I was like,
I love
"Dope."
that.
So that's how that all happened. And then once I announced that I was gonna be doing it, everybody's like, I want in, I want in, I want in, I want in." So it's really cool. And in the meantime, I did figure out I found how to make um, film content look cinematic on my phone because I have no filming background. So I can
Yeah.
literally use my phone and make it look cinematic. So I'm gonna start doing a bunch of shorts and stuff like that.
That's so
So,
exciting.
which I
That's
actually
great.
announced a short film that I literally wrote the script on my lunch break. The other couple days ago, and I was like, I'm gonna use my sister's house because there's a little bit more room at her house. Um, and yeah, so yeah, it's really
That's so
interesting how
exciting.
things come together, isn't it?
It is. The universe is a funny place, and we're living in a time where filmmaking is so much more accessible than it's ever been, and that's really
Absolutely.
exciting.
It really is. And to see like indie films popping right now in theaters and all
Oh
that
my God.
shit, like it's amazing. I was like, dude, I want to be one of them. Like, I mean, I don't have to be, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
like, my purpose of it would be because I just want people to be entertained. And it doesn't matter whether like I make bank or anything like that. I just want to make something that people enjoy. You're always gonna get haters though, no matter what. Every movie has its
Oh
haters.
yeah. Oh
So,
yes.
um, but yeah, I was gonna go to New York Film Academy at the time in 2007 when I was supposed to graduate. The intuition was only 13,000 at the
Oh
time. I don't know
wow.
what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is now.
Not that.
I'm sure it's not. But, because I mean, in 2007, minimum wage was still 7.50 at the
Right.
time. So,
God,
um,
what a
but yeah, I was
time to be
supposed to go
alive.
there. I know, right? And then I didn't graduate, so I never went.
Ugh. Well,
So,
I would even say, and I might get some hate for this, but there's no better way to learn something than to do it.
exactly.
So,
Exactly. That's what I say. That's what
yeah.
I say. So, I started doing it. Well, I haven't really, but I am in the process of doing it, and I ordered um a costume for my first little short here, but I'm gonna make a bunch of shorts using that same costume, but like 3 to 5 minute shorts before I release the actual short film. So there's gonna
Yeah.
be like a bunch of short videos that are kind of like it, like you get the gist of it kind of thing, just to
Hmm.
fuck around with it. But
I love that.
I
I'm
have a
all about the
question.
tech rehearsals.
I know, right? So do you remember the first time you picked up a camera? What the frick was that? The first time you picked up a camera and then you felt something like you're like, ooh, like, do you remember that feeling like I could probably do something with this?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was at a Best Buy in 2016, and I picked up the Sony A6300, which had just come out the
Mm-hmm.
year previous. It's nothing fancy. It's it's mirrorless. But I picked it up and I got very excited because I one of the things that this camera is particularly good at is it had the lens stabilization that was new, upgraded, and it had comes with a kit lens that took beautiful macro videography, and that is really I know it sounds weird, but that's really my passion is those like up close tight shots that show texture and story, and so that was the moment for me, and I impulsively bought that camera. Unfortunately, 6 months later, the A6400 would come out with upgraded features that uh, immediately put that camera out of date.
Isn't that friggin' doesn't that suck sometimes with tech stuff? Like, I feel like I'm like, I finally have the money for this, and I buy it, and then I turn around and all of a sudden it's outdated by something else, and I'm like, well, now I want that, you know? There
Oh
is
yeah.
I can't remember the actual camera. It might be the one you just said that ruined your outdated the one that you had, but there is a Sony camera that's an older camera that is still today like regarded as a really good camera for filming, for
Yeah.
movie production and stuff.
I think the 6700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure, but I think that's that tends to be a favorite that I hear about on set.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe it's that one.
So you're in charge. Are you or wait, you're in charge of the Astral Paranormal uh,
Well, I'm the
show?
executive producer of the show, the
Okay.
showrunner. I assembled the team and I wrote the original show concept. Of
Mhm.
course, as shows do, they grow and they change. So the original show concept is a little bit outdated. And instead of having just a single person writing it, we're actually going to be including the entire team and
Oh,
collecting everyone's stories before we get into the post production of those episodes, which is something that makes the show a lot different.
nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna try and get like streaming platform, or is it gonna be just YouTube?
Oh, that's the dream. That's definitely the
Mhm.
dream. Season one had a lot of challenges. Uh, it had a lot of challenges, and for season one, I think the best thing to do with it is to use it to show people what we're like as a team.
Mm.
Ultimately, we have higher aspirations for the production value of the show. So I think going forward, we would love to uh, get it onto a streaming platform and get some kind of distribution. But the purpose of season one is going to be introducing the team and trying to build our brand.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's a good battle plan, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so have you ever? It's been what was it? What was the Barbie one? It was something Barbie.
oh, Amityville Barbie. Yes.
Amityville Barbie, and between that set and then the set with, has it only been these two sets that you've worked on?
No, oh gosh, I've done a lot of indie horror shorts and other indie projects. I've been involved in a couple of features, it's only been 2 years, but I'm very grateful and very lucky to say that it's been a very busy and productive 2 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Have
Thank you.
now, but everything that you've done with filmmaking, have you ever felt underestimated on set at all?
Um, yes, I would say that happens. It happens more than I would like to admit, and it's really tough, and it's one of those things that you just have to. I've learned that I've just got to accept the way that I'm viewed and fit into that role. Which means that I'm very excited to work on my own projects, to be able to really push my own limits and push my own boundaries. And I think that's where I'm going to experience the most growth.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Are you directing at all as well, or
So I directed a few things. And the biggest thing that I learned is that um, I I had a lot of growth to do in my own confidence and in my own voice. So the first things that I directed were pretty directionless, but I've learned a lot since then, and I'm working on writing a short that I'm excited to direct and film myself. We'll see how that goes.
can I ask what the what's the basic concept for it, or are you still working that out?
So the short that I'm writing is very deeply personal. It's based on my own sort of spiral of addiction before I got sober from alcohol, and it's about the love story that took place during that time, which is it's honestly it's a no-win romance story based on addiction where paranormal element represents the chokehold of addiction.
Mm, that is super intriguing.
Yeah, it's a little ambitious because it's a very serious piece, and obviously as a new filmmaker, I'm limited uh to what I have available to me, but I would love to have you know, in-camera lighting changes and practical effects and all the things that I find very dreamy about filmmaking, particularly lighting design.
Yeah, that's one thing that I feel I might struggle with is lighting. Um Especially with using my phone for right now until because I was planning on using the found footage film to buy a better camera, like a camera that I can use cinematically.
Yeah.
But I have there is a lot of how-to videos out there for your phone. So
Oh yeah.
especially if I'm doing shorts instead of feature films, I don't see why not, for at least for the time being. But um what do you love about being behind the camera?
Uh, I the thing I love most about being behind the camera is the moment that you find the shot. You know, for me, it's a lot of things. It's composition, it's lighting, it's blocking, it's productions that design, so it's staging. And I feel very strongly that everything in frame matters. You can use everything in that frame to help further tell your story. So, you know, when you find that perfect shot and that perfect angle with clean blocking and contrast in the lighting, and I like when there's a little salt and pepper in the background, it just makes for the shot that I'm very passionate about.
So when you're on set, right, and you're setting up for a scene, do you are you already like analytical to the point where you know how you want to set up the shot, or are you figuring that out um right there, like, and you're just trying different ways to set up the camera, different angles and stuff?
Well, that really depends on the project and it depends on the director that you're working with.
Mm,
Personally, I prefer to decide everything that you can possibly decide in pre-production. Um, so that by the time we get to the location, ideally we've already had a pre-visitation and we've been able to decide, the one unknown factor when you're unable to visit a location beforehand is the camera geography, where you're going to actually place the camera to get the shots that you want. And that unknown factor kind of being very common in the indie community because of small budgets, that can be one of the biggest challenges if you don't have your camera geography laid out. So it's something that I would prefer to have going into a production, know exactly where the camera is going to be placed for every single shot and in what order. But it's not always possible, and so I try to be flexible when I have to be.
like an acrobat.
Yes, like an acrobat. I try to be very flexible. But yeah,
Oh
definitely
man.
prefer to plan ahead if I can.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You want to have your ducks in a row before you're there. That way, when you're there, you're just strictly business and you're not spending too much time there. You know,
Yep.
utilizing
I
your
want all the
time.
ducks in a row, and I want to know what their hair light looks like and what splash of color we're putting on their faces, all of it.
Have you ever had to step into a situation and take control? Like you had to like bring in the reins on set?
Oh, I did try to do that one time. Um, and it
Uh-oh.
was not received as the helpful spirit that it was intended.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the last time that I ever did that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if
terrible.
if I'm on a project with particular people, my closest friends and filmmakers that I'm that are more like family, then I might be like, "Hey, did you see this?" But that's so rare that I would feel comfortable doing that.
Mm, I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you on that. Now, so ever since I started following you, I think or at least there was like for every day, I felt like for at least a little bit, you were sharing either on your story or something about other female directors and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you, who would be who out of the female directors or filmmakers or whatever, who would say is your favorite if you could pick one,
Well,
and why?
so I'll have to pick two, and one is, so the first one is going to have to be like, Hollywood, and I have to say that Maggie Gyllenhaal has won my heart with The Bride. I know anybody who follows me on Instagram is going to be like, shock. But I really
She plays
feel,
the bride too, doesn't she? Or no?
um no, she is played by Jessie Buckley.
I don't know if I know who that is, but anyways,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
ahead, continue. Sorry.
So I know that The Bride, received a lot of criticism, and I understand where they're coming from. There were some disjointed pieces to the story, but overall, that film was everything that I've ever wanted to see in a movie. It was cinematically beautiful, it was well lit, the production design was incredible, the visual storytelling just Like I welled up with tears over how beautiful this film was, and I went to see it 3 times, and I feel very strongly that the world needs more female creators and female directors, and I just there was so much passion and beauty in that film that made it really special.
Mm.
And if we're gonna talk indie horror, then it's got to be my girl Jessica Jett, Trimungus. She's she is a force to be reckoned with. Jess has dedicated herself to learning every role, not only on set, but in post production as well. So in a short 2 year, or I'm not sure, I can't remember. I'm so sorry, guys. I think it's either their second or third anniversary of you know what? I think that's completely wrong. But the point is that Jess has inspired me from the moment that I met her, not only as a filmmaker, but also as a person.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Um, Speaking of female directors and filmmakers and whatnot, Anna Kendrick directed her first movie, I think last year it was, or at least it was released last year on Netflix. I think Woman of the Hour. I don't know if you've seen that.
Ooh, I
It's not
have
really
not.
a horror. Well, I guess it's about a serial killer. It's a real thing, and I think um I don't know, man. I watched it and I was like, I really enjoyed it. And, I never when I watch a movie, I never think, like, "Who's making this?" Or at
Right.
least used to not anyway. I was
Yeah.
never like, "Who's directing this? Who's the director? Like, is it a male or female?" Like, and that stuff never, like, mattered to me, but when I heard that she was directing a movie, I was like, "I gotta watch it." Because not
Yeah.
only is she also a Mainer, because 'cause I'm from Maine,
Oh,
um
is she?
yeah, she's from Portland, Maine. Which
Wow.
is really interesting. It's only and Portland's only 40 minutes away from me, and she's like I think we're like the same age too, so we
That's
could have
crazy.
been in high school together, you know,
Whoa. Yeah,
could have, maybe. But
that's wild.
just the same thing with her. It's the lighting, the pacing, the themes are there. Like she was also acting in it, but she wasn't like over like in every scene. She wasn't, you know, it was like she just did a little bit of everything on top of directing this movie, and
That's
I think she
amazing.
did an amazing job. I actually think she might have won an award.
That's
And
incredible.
yeah,
Kendrick, I can't believe I didn't know that she directed a movie. I'm absolutely
yeah,
gonna have to put that on my watch list
you
immediately.
should watch it. It's man, I don't know. It's really good. And it's based on a true story about a serial killer. And he's not a good person.
Okay. Well,
He really irritates me actually. And the dude that played him did a fantastic job as well. So,
and what was it called? It
he
was
the Woman of the Hour.
The Woman of the Hour.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I'm
Yeah.
almost, I think, yeah.
And the
Um,
serial killer played his part.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He got creepy when he needed to be creepy. It was I was like, "Ooh, I was like enthralled with this film, and I think had a lot to do with her angles and the lighting, which I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be good at, but let's see. We'll see. We'll see in time. Time
Well,
will
if you need
tell.
any help, you can always call me.
I will. 100%. I'm gonna now, especially. Do you think the industry is changing for women behind the camera?
I really, really hope so. I think that this last women in well, March is Women's Month, and there
Mhm.
were a lot of articles and a lot of social media posts for women in film. that I haven't seen quite as much press in previous years. So yes, I do feel like finally there is a moment in time where women are being appreciated in the industry and celebrated and actually sought after. So I feel very excited about the prospect of working with more female filmmakers, and uh, it's an exciting time to be in the industry, I think, for a woman. Yeah.
Nice. Shit, my phone shut off. I hate it when it does that when when I have a list of questions to ask. Um, so as as a female, as a woman, what advice would you give to another female trying to break in right now?
Oh, stay diligent and say yes to. I would say yes to everything, but um, safety is important. So if you're not familiar with a filmmaker, unfortunately, I still think that it's important that you find 3 references of theirs
Mm-hmm.
before you go and meet somebody. If you're trying to break into the industry and it's maybe an indie film that you don't know these people, make sure that you get references because safety is really, really important. But safety aside, just don't let the haters get you down. There could be a lot of roadblocks in your way as a woman, but it doesn't mean that you don't belong here. It's just one of those things, and I think it's important that you stick to your guns and remember why you're doing this, and it's out of the love of art and creativity. So, you may have to remind yourself of that sometimes, but if you can do that, you'll be all right.
Nice. Um, so when filming on a low budget, what do you prioritize first? What would you prioritize first?
The number one priority in low budget is taking care of the crew the best that you can. So if I were organizing a budget, the first thing that I would knock out before anything else would be the budget for craft services.
Mm,
Before you get into, and then whatever's left is what you can put towards production. But I think especially in indie film, especially because a lot of times you're going to have a volunteer crew, which it's nothing to be ashamed of. Like I've worked so many volunteer gigs, and it's all for the love of the game. And I think that you get a really good result when you take good care of your people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing when in the I'm really getting sick of these blankouts, but I was thinking the same thing with mine where they're all my friends right now, but one day
Yeah.
people are going to be helping me that I don't know, that I'm meeting for the first time and stuff. But like the whole plan is to be able to get an Airbnb and feed them. Like I don't want anybody using their own money to eat the whole time that we're filming. Um,
Yeah.
and I want them to be comfortable. I want to be able to pay for their travel expenses because 2 of them are coming out of state. Um, and from far away from the central time zone. So,
Woo,
um,
woo,
yeah,
that's far.
yeah. So they're probably going to be flying and stuff. And, um, I mean, they're both saying that they'll figure it out, that, they don't necessarily need it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'd rather be able to. You're helping me, you know? So, um, between all like the horror shorts and stuff like that, have you filmed anything that kind of creeped you out?
Ooh, something that creeped me out filming. I would say actually kind of the opposite. I think going into horror, I was really afraid of like gore and jump scares and stuff like that. I had but being able to see how the fear is created, how the gore, how the special effects, the camera angles, it's almost like learning the psychology of, visually scaring someone actually, made me feel more comfortable and more confident in like a scary type situation.
Mm,
So it was actually really comforting to watch it all be built on the other side.
I gotcha. Do
Yeah.
you believe in paranormal?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I had more experiences than I did, but yeah, I love watching my team work and watching them collect evidence, and I do find it really exciting. And there are all kinds of places all over the country and all over the world that I would love to go to and visit and experience. So yeah, I definitely
Mm.
believe in the paranormal, and I'm looking for my big experience.
You want to know where you could have a really good experience?
Yeah.
Is the S.K. Pierce Mansion in Massachusetts around September when I'm filming there.
Yes.
No, but it is a haunted house. Oh man, when you look up
Ooh.
haunted houses, there are so many. So freaking many. I was like, holy cow. There's so many everywhere. And
Oh,
there's a hotel down the street from me that has haunted ghost experiencers, and like people are experiencing hauntings, and they even got names for the ghosts and stuff, and I was like, how come I never
aw,
knew this?
that's
I'm
awesome.
finding this out at 37 years old, and I've lived here my entire life. The heck is going on here?
Well, I guess when you're not looking, but that's
Uh,
awesome. You have to
sure.
visit there and let me know
I
if you
will.
haven't
I will.
already. Yeah.
I also want to do Salem. I want to go to
Ooh,
Salem.
same. Gosh, I haven't been anywhere, but I would love to go to Salem. I would go, I would love to go to New Orleans and
Ooh, New Orleans. That's where I
Savannah,
want to
New
go
Orleans.
next.
Sorry, yes, New Orleans. I
Uh,
always say it wrong.
you can say it the way it's spelled. That's totally fine.
I'll get massacred in the comments, but it's fine.
Uh, it's fine.
It's fine. You can tell I
All
hang
right.
out with Emily a lot.
Absolutely. Um. So this might be really hard to answer, but gun to your head, what is your favorite movie?
God. I mean, in a dire situation, I feel like the first thing that comes to mind is Suspiria. But I mean, obviously, The Bride has kind of taken over my life. But I've already talked about The Bride, and
Mm-hmm.
Suspiria was uh, another movie that was really exciting to see. The original Suspiria, I was able to see it in 35 millimeter at a theater, and it was truly a disorienting experience. And that is those are the kinds of films and the kind of filmmaker that I want to be. It had it had beautiful colored lighting. It had this gorgeous film locations and the use of color throughout the film and the suspense, and yeah, it was a really disorienting experience to watch that. And so that's definitely one of my favorites and something that would inspire my deep passion for colored lighting.
Nice. Um. All right. So I've never heard of this movie, so now I'm gonna
Ah,
have to go watch it. Watch it. Well, how do you spell it?
Suspiria. Let's see. I have
Susteria?
I have dyslexia, so let me write it down and then I'll tell you. Wait, Suspiria? Oh gosh. Nope, we're gonna have to Google it.
Uh-oh.
uh, Suspiria, am I right? Yeah. Suspir. IA, 1977,
Oh, okay.
starring this is the 2000. Yeah. So, it was very, very good. I loved it. And I actually saw, it was crazy. I saw somebody when I went to go see Friday the 13th part 3 in 3D. There was
Mm-hmm.
a guy who walked in who had like a punk vest on, but instead of a punk band on the back, it was the original Suspiria VHS cover or whatever. So
Oh,
that was,
shit.
yeah, that was cool.
You're like, I want that jacket, dude.
I want to know where you bought that patch at.
That's awesome. So in a perfect world, you get to work on your dream project. What is that dream?
Well, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you that my dream would have been to work on the set of Supernatural.
Hmm.
Of course, that doesn't exist anymore, so it's not a possibility. But in a dream world where the show is still going on, I not only did I love the show, but every interview that I've ever heard about the show, they have nothing but good things to say about the cast and the crew. And that is something that I think is very rare, to have such a loving family community on a big network set like that, where everybody
Yeah.
is welcome and everybody gets along, and it's a positive experience consistently for guests is so rare. I would love to be like a fly on the wall to watch that team work
Mm,
or be a part of it.
yeah. I've wanted to be a character in that show.
Yeah.
Like, like just a reoccurring character that like just was like, "Hey, you want some coffee or something?" I don't fucking know, just like something stupid, just to
No.
be in there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Anything
So,
to be
I
close to
like
those
that
guys.
show. When I first the first I would say the first 2 seasons I watched on and off, and I was like, "I don't know about this show. It was kinda lame."
Oh,
I mean, which some of it was
it is a
done
CW
like
show.
right, exactly. Like some of the effects and stuff are like really
Oh
cheesy and stuff
my
like
God.
that.
That
And some of the like
the
yeah,
loop
some of the
fog
yes. Yes.
in that first season. Oh.
Uh-huh. And like some of the acting, Jared Padalecki, I can't stand his acting sometimes, but I like him as a person, so I can deal with it. Um, even though I've never met him in person, I just see him be his regular self before. So,
So many
um,
interviews from all the cons out there.
exactly.
Examples of who he
So,
is as a person. It's
ex-
funny.
exactly. Um, so in Texas Ranger didn't work out very well for him.
Oh, what a shame. Yeah.
That I
Ooh.
think that ended after the first season, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So, other than the astral paranormal stuff, what is next for you?
Oh gosh. Well,
Oh, wait, you wanted to do that. You want to do that piece that you already. Oh, well, that might not be the very next thing. So, sorry.
yeah, no,
Go ahead.
that'll be I would love to do the addiction paranormal drama piece, of course. And I've already got a lot of friends being very supportive and wanting to help me with that project. But the very next project that I'm working on, and I think that I'm allowed to talk about it because there's teaser posters out there. I won't give too many details about it, but it's a feature film called Movie Life, and we're going to start filming that pretty soon. But just in case I'm not allowed to say anything about it, I'll just leave it at that. But I'm very, very excited about this project, and I think it's going to be a great team bonding experience, and I think we're going to, you know, bring a lot to this next project. So excited.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
Thank
That's
you.
dope as hell. So, This the paranormal addiction piece, is this your first like actually like writing and
Hmm.
and everything?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, it depends on what you would consider writing. I technically wrote like I said before, I technically wrote the concept for Astral Paranormal, even though we didn't use it.
Yep.
And then I did write the show format for Gimme More Film Reviews, which may be making a comeback. So I have experience writing shows, but this is different because this is actually a story and actually going to be like a short film. So they're two very different kinds of styles of writing, and so this will be my first story that I've written.
Okay, I gotcha. What's do you have an idea of, I don't know why I can't like speak sometimes. Um, do you have an idea of like time frame for the short?
Oh
We
gosh.
talking 20 minutes, half hour, 15 minutes? I know they're
I
all different.
Yeah, I would say no more than 20 minutes. Yeah. Like
Those two.
very short and contained to just kind of this one piece of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to expand it to be a feature and to have the freedom to really tell my story. Because it is difficult with a short to really get into anything too deep. So
Yes.
that's the struggle I'm having, yeah, right now with the
Mm-hmm.
writing, is trying to convey everything that I need to say in this sort of small segment. So it's very challenging.
I got you. Um, shit, had a question and then it just escaped me like it always does. Um, oh yeah. Are you gonna act? Are you gonna be acting in it?
No.
No.
So I have no I love doing podcasts, and I love networking with people, and I loved doing Give Me More Film Reviews and stuff like that, but I have no desire to do any kind of acting. I tried it. I know where my strengths lie, and I'm happiest crew side of things.
I acted one time in high school and I was an abusive boyfriend.
Ooh, that's a tough play. That's tough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We were filming in the hall for one of the scenes and my teacher was standing there. Like, well, the actually cameraman was a camera woman. And she was the one editing it and everything. And then my teacher and then our little like small crew. And then it was me and the girl at the locker room. I mean, not the locker room, but at her locker. And naturally, like an actual teacher just happened to walk by, and I stopped what I was doing. I stopped acting and looked at her, and then waited for her to walk by, and then I continued acting. And then my teacher thought it was the most amazing thing that I did that because she was like, that would be something that, an abusive boyfriend in high school would do, would stop and pretend like everything's fine as a teacher walks by. And they ended up using that scene.
Oh, I love when things come together like that.
It
That's
was really
awesome.
weird. I was like, oh, she's going to watch me act and she's going to be like, what a terrible actor. That's what was going through my head.
Oh no, but sometimes the stuff like that happens like that on set is some of the best stuff.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Um, Shit, man. I'm so excited to do my stuff. I'm so excited to see your stuff. And you said season 1 of Astral Paranormal is already on YouTube.
So we're going to be moving into post-production. In the process of things right now. We're still collecting everybody's stories and
Oh, I got
sort
you.
of mapping out the episode. So it's early stages of post-production, but
I got
we'll
you.
get there.
Okay, I understand now. You
Yeah.
filmed it. You're
Mhm.
just storyboarding it to put it together for each episode.
Yes. Yep.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I thought I thought it was already all together for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, we do have some stuff on the YouTube channel. We've done live podcasts. I think we have 2 episodes on the YouTube channel right now. And
Mhm.
there is some teaser content from I think one of the investigations. And then there's 2 behind the scenes videos. So we have some stuff to kind of give you an idea of who we are and the team dynamic and stuff like that, but the episodes are still coming.
Yo. All right. Well, I think that's all let me just make sure that was all the questions that I have, since my phone shuts off every minute so that I can't see them all.
Of course.
Because there's a bunch of questions that I didn't ask because you pretty much already answered them anyway.
Oh,
Um, all right, let me ask you this question. What is a shot that you're really proud of?
I already know exactly what shot it is. So this is the very beginning of my filmmaking journey, and this is one of the projects that unfortunately, a lot of things hit the cutting room floor. I lost 9 projects this year, but gained so many more. But yeah, it was a shot of my girlfriend working on her car, and she's sanding down the prime layer to do, I don't know how all of it works, but she's sanding and the golden hour light is coming in through the only window in the garage directly onto what she's doing, and whatever is in the background of the garage, everything is glowing. So as she's sanding, you can actually see the particles of the dust, and it was a really beautiful detail shot of her working on that car.
That was natural
Unfortunately,
light?
it was all natural lighting. Yep,
Nice. That's awesome.
it was beautiful. Unfortunately, the clear coat would go to make her sick, and so we would never make that documentary because she stopped painting cars. Yeah,
Oh no.
I know. So sad.
Oh man.
It was such a beautiful shot.
But you could still put it out.
Yeah, I could make a little show reel and include some of that stuff in there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. All right. Well, Alex, those are all the questions. Actually, is Alex short for Alexandra or Drea?
Yes, Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anywho, if you don't mind letting the people know one more time who you are and where they can find you.
Sure. So I'm Alexandra Serfass. I'm writer, producer, camera woman. You can find me, I'm most active on Instagram at Alex Serfass, or you can find me, I'll find my production work at Moody_Mercury over on Instagram.
Dope. I love it. All of her links will be in the show notes for her Instagrams and whatnot.
Thank
You
you.
guys should definitely check it out. I enjoy seeing it when it comes across my feed. She has these fun glasses that she wears that are really cute, and I enjoy seeing those photos.
What
It makes me
word?
think
What to
of
think of?
like pinup stuff. Pent
Oh
up
yeah, these
pinup
are
pinup girls.
my
Yeah,
slate
those thingies.
glasses. They look like
Yeah,
a clapperboard.
yeah.
My fun film glasses.
I love them. But anywho, if you guys don't mind, leave a rating and review. If follow, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. If your podcatcher does not allow you to leave a rating and a review, please consider doing so on the website, where the weird ones are podcast.com. That is also where you can get some merch like the shirt behind me, hot sauce, coffee, and supplements. There's short stories and a blog. Also, if you do decide to buy any of the merch, if you don't mind sending a picture and I can put you in the photo gallery on the website, I'd appreciate that. Also, the Kickstarter is out there. That'll be in the show notes as well for my film, Secrets of Densmore.
So excited for you. I hope I
Thank
can
you.
find a way to help you.
Just sharing it is good enough, but I kind of expected to be like at least 50% funded by now. Not that I'm like upset about it. It's totally fine if I have to find other ways to fund it. That's what I'll do. But I'm a little bummed out, I guess.
Oh,
But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's gonna get made
yeah.
regardless, and people just won't get, the backer perks. That's all.
Yep.
That is
Gotta
all.
see those backer perks. Check them out.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Other than that, you know the drill. Question everything and stay weird.
In the quiet of the night, when the world feels far, there's a voice through the static, like a falling star. It calls the misfits, the dreamers, the ones who see the shadows in the corners, the truth we barely believe. From the pine tree woods to the desert skies, they talk of ghosts and aliens with wonder in their eyes, not afraid to ask the questions that others won't dare, 'cause the world gets strange when you stop and stare. Come gather around where the weird ones are, by the fireside glow or a midnight car, where the stories run deep and the secrets fly like owls in the dark or stars in the sky. If you've ever felt lost, like you don't belong, you found your place, you found your song, right here where the weird ones are. They'll talk of cryptids, time slips, and deja vu, of spirits that linger, and what might be true. But more than the monsters, it's the people you'll find who dare to be open with curious minds. It's not about fear, it's the thrill of the ride, to question the world with wonder as guide. So pull up a chair, let your freak flag fly, we're the seekers of truth beneath the sky. Yeah, come gather around where the weird ones are, on the moonlit thoughts and cosmic scars, where the veil feels thin and the questions burn, and we chase the strange at every turn. You're not alone, not in the dark, you're with the tribe. You found the spark right here where the weird ones are. For the ones who wonder, for the ones who know, welcome home.